It's cold, but your heart's colder. I will wait for you. The glitch in your eyes pulled me under, but I will wait for you.
Hey everybody, Ray here, back in another video again. We're looking at the HTC 10 today. Well, it's my first time holding my box of HTC's phone, even though I've used and reviewed phones from HTC for so many times. This time I finally own one, as I believe it's a full package. Or is it? Let's open the box right before the full review. Nothing's new here, it's grey recyclable box printed with soil ink, with the specs printed on the back side of the box. We all know it packs a Snapdragon 820 processor with 4GB of RAM, a 5.2 inches SLCD 5 display and yeah, boom sound. But Hi-Fi edition. We'll test it out in a minute. A very nicely built metal unibody premium flagship phone indeed, as always. But we do get a high-res in-ear headphone from HTC this time, alongside with a Quick Charge 3.0 charger. Good job, HTC. I'm not new to HTC's phone, but this design does look new and fresh to me. Yes, it is still made of metal with a very HTC look. But I have to say, if you really want to feel the feel of metal, go for the gold or silver variant. The grey one here is cool, but it's got a little different matte finish on top. It kind of lacks the coolness of metal, but I know it's metal as you all know. I do prefer the silver one more, but the grey or black one here is cool, and that chamfered edges. The HTC 10 gives me a very rigid feel, with a premium masculine look, totally different from the more delicate, classy, but probably fragile S7 Edge. Speaking of delicacy, if you guys still remember the 189, there's a rubber frame between the glass panel and the metal body itself. This time around on the HTC 10, the glass missed the metal as smooth as we expected. Anyway, the volume rocker and the power button are super tactile, super clicky, with a distinct texture on the power button. The right side of the phone is still a bit busy with a SIM tray here. The SD card slot, however, is separated, and is on the left side of the phone. I do prefer this design more than the one on the S7 Edge. With a separated design, we can insert or eject the SD card without taking out the SIM at all. And two more things to go about the design. Yes, USB Type-C. The reversible design may or may not be a great deal, but Quick Charge 3.0 is, without a doubt. The second thing is the display. Not about the display itself, I'll focus on that later on. But see, this is how a premium phone should look like. No matter how hard I press on the screen, the ghosting effect is next to none, nothing like the experience I've got on the LG G5. The HTC 10 is really rigid. The design, well, it depends on personal preference, but the build quality, brilliant, top notch. Don't forget the IP53 certification. It is kind of water resistant. Now I regret. Alright, we are looking at the camera, a 12 megapixels Ultra Pixel 2 camera with 1.55 micron pixel size. It's actually the same as the Nexus 6P, but it's got OIS. For both the back and the front cameras, video stabilization is good, but it's not as good as the Z5 Premium.
Wow, enjoy.
This autofocus is also doing a great job, but it's still far behind from the S7 Edge. I like the natural color next to an artificial effect, and the sound quality though. Before I look at the image quality, the camera app is now all new. I really like the new design. I'll say it is more user-friendly. All the modes have now been put on the top shelf here. As you guys can see, we've got the Pro mode, which has full access to the shutter speed, focus point and white balance. The front camera, selfie flash. We're also getting slow motion. Clarity wise is better than the G5, but only 120 FPS is available here. The S7H is the king in this comparison. Anyway, I've been shocked by this camera as an S7H user. The dynamic range is not the best, but HTC did a really great job here in keeping all those details sharp, but not over-sharpened. Low-light performance is outstanding. You can actually produce sharper images than the S7H. Interesting. But be ready to use the manual mode to keep the ISO low with a slower shutter speed. Auto mode is now simply not good enough. We'll have a full comparison between the S7H and the HTC 10 in a short while, so stay tuned. Audio quality is definitely the reason why I finally own an HTC phone. The built-in 24-bit hi-fi deck is really worth the purchase, if you listen to music a lot. It drives my overhead headphone very well indeed. And I think it is more powerful than the G5 with a deck, in terms of the volume. Now the magic. Boom sound is now on another level. There's a personal music listening profile, which is more or less like the Adapt sound on Samsung's offers. It has you and your earphones sensitivity to different frequencies, and then tunes the audio output directly. It is absolutely effective. The speakers, disappointed. Now it's not dual front speakers, but one on the front and one on the bottom mesh instead. One for high frequencies and one for mid to lows. I can hear the difference between them by covering one of them. But you know it is a good pair of speakers when a phone is in portrait, but when it's in landscape mode, it sounds weird and unbalanced. Now the software, if you like stock Android, you'll like the new Sense. All the notification drawer, recent apps page and even Google apps are nearly identical to stock Android. But if you want more extra functions like multi-window and one-hand operation, no, not here. But hey, HTC Sense is all about customization. The theme store is magnificent. Either you can choose some classic HTC preset themes, customized themes based on that classic template, or yes, it is unbelievable. See, those stickers are actually movable, and they are all app shortcuts. I cannot find anything better than this, can you? And motion gestures, HTC is now not the only one to offer double tap to wake, but double tap to sleep as well. Other gestures like swipe to the left or to the right. Slide downwards twice to activate camera. Brilliant. And speaking of the lock screen, the fingerprint sensor is above the average. The G5 is a bit quicker, but the 10 here is on a par with the S7, so quite good. Next, the performance. The 10 is a benchmarking monster. It is actually better than other Snapdragon 820 devices. But when it comes to my custom speed test that each device runs the same app list, with games included, the 10 is left behind. Compared to other Snapdragon 820 monsters, I don't know why, I've already tested it for 3 times. So I think software enhancement is needed, HTC. The display, in the meantime, finally we've got a Quad HD screen on a HTC flagship offer. This screen is gorgeous. Colors are vibrant, but not the brightest screen I've seen. Today is not that sunny anyway. However, black is black here. Contrast ratio is the highest I've seen on a LCD display. If you don't like that vibrant, oversaturated look to the display, you can also switch to the sRGB mode. What's more is the changeable white balance. Good display. Finally is the battery life test with a 3000 mAh sealed-in battery. It is one of the best we can get on a phone with LCD display right now, but it is not comparable to the AMOLED-based Samsung S7 and S7 Edge. But again, quick charge 3.0. So, cool design, excellent build quality, a brilliant camera, but focus is a bit slow in 2016, more than enough processing power, a really fun to use theming engine, the best LCD display, the best audio output quality, with good but somehow disappointed loudspeakers, just IP53 rating water and dust, kind of resistant, and not the best battery life. Still, it is absolutely the best phone from HTC at all time. It is all around as the S7 Edge, but it looks completely different. But it's beautiful. Pretty much it. Hope you guys find this video useful and hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Once again, this is Ray. See you next time.